A day after Dennis Itumbi dared an MCA in Narok to give evidence of fake fertilizers that were bought from a government NCPB office stores so that he could compensate them. More confessions are streaming from Rift Valley, and today I want us to listen to a farmer from Nandi who is spilling the beans that indeed what, despite of high profile denial from Kenya Kwanza administration about the fake fertilizer, it is not really a fiction, but it is true that indeed there are fake fertilizers.
We are requesting the government to make sure, first of all, the supplier, the chemicals manufacturers, one, to be penalized and never again to be allowed to produce fertilizer in this country. Two, walipe damages yote, kwa sababu farmers cannot suffer and watu wamekula pesa mingi. So kila mtu ambaye alinunua mbolea lazima arudishiwe pesa yake, ama lazima apewe mbolea nyingine mzuri kama OCB. Hii yenye tuko nayo hapa inatoka Morocco, ni fertilizer mzuri sana na farmers wanapenda. Lakini fake fertilizers has to be addressed. Farmers has to be compensated so that we have good yield. Kwa sababu there is no way that Kel Green was able to make it into NCBP depots without the knowledge of KEPS. Agriculture in our area is the most, we depend on it. Lakini ukiona sasa kuna mkora moja ametokezea, ameweka fake fertilizer mpaka imeingia kwa system, it is a very serious problem. And so I am taking this very seriously, and we are going to have a meeting as leaders. But here hapa Celia, sitakubali our farmers wauziwe fake fertilizers. It can never happen.
I want to ask the government to be very vigilant on this issue of fake fertilizer, because this thing discourages the farmers. I want Kenya Seed to bring to every national cereals and produce board depot the maize seeds so that the farmers are safe. We want maize seeds in every national cereals and produce board depot.
Mbolea 10 nilipata almost kama 50%. Ni mbolea alafu zingine ni manure. So tuko na wasiwasi. So tunaomba kwamba at least hiyo mbolea ambayo tuletea ni ile mazuri ambayo itasaidia katika tubanda hizo mlime.
Number of farmers kama 15 wenye wamekuja na complaint. In fact wamekuja baka na sample, wamekuja na sample kidogo. Wanasema part ni manure, part ni mawe, but the government wanawako need wakitafuta vile watasaidia wakulima ili wasipoteze pesa zao.
Now, instead of denying, threatening people and saying all manner of narratives, it is about time that what government just need to do is very simple. The farmers that are having fake fertilizers are known. They are calling journalists and they're showing journalists these fertilizers. Government doesn't have journalists, but government have communication officers. What they need to do is just find out, track and trace. Instead of being engaged in these spin narratives, you just need track and trace. Get one farmer, alitoa fertilizer wapi. Then get to that store. Find out. Government is a bit unwilling and reluctant to investigate, but is indeed engaged in just PR and gimmicks. And today, there is a tweet from Gathoni Wamuchomba. The Githunguri Member of Parliament is revealing something here, and I want us to look at this. Kenyans on ground are now confirming what we had flagged. The dubious subsidized fertilizers being sold by government. Threat to arrest us will not stop us from calling you out. Threats to arrest us. Why are there threats to arrest members of that team? The day I analyzed, there is a day I analyzed here that that new grouping that was formed by Babu Owino and the Gathoni Wamuchomba camp was going to receive some hostility from government side. I said that, and my analysis was just preempting. But this is it. And I think you can refer to that video. I think I shared that video in this channel. You can refer to that video. I said a couple of reasons why government will be uncomfortable. And in fact, that grouping is a threat to both William Ruto and Raila Odinga. And I'll explain why. Because the opposition space is getting occupied by new characters. They have the potential of carrying the Kenyan youth, disgruntled Kenyan youth, with them. And that is why I said it was not going to be, they're not going to be welcomed by government machineries. In fact, let me just share with you a glimpse of the video, the press briefing that they conducted.
You know very well, politicians in this country have always adopted a way of movement from one county to the other, using helicopters. We are hearing even most of them have bought Boeings and aeroplanes to make them move from one county to the other. Lakini this is the ground team. Kwa hivyo tumesema ground team lazima tuongee maneno ambayo iko ground. Kwa hivyo ukituona hapa tukiwa pamoja, we are youthful, independent thinkers. We are the voices of the common wananchi, because the other team that was calling themselves the hustlers have now migrated from being hustlers to sky team. Kazi yao ni ku patronize the skies from one county to the other, flying with the helicopters, and they know nothing about mashinani. That is why they have the audacity of passing punitive and oppressive bills and policies without caring the status of the economy and the livelihoods of our people. So, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, I welcome you on behalf of this team to the one and the premier presser from the youthful, intelligent voice of the common mwananchi, the ground team. Wacha niwapigie makofi kwa sababu the ground team is in charge. And therefore we are here to air our concerns concerning various issues that are touching the common mwananchi. And these are the issues that we have listened to our people. We have been following issues, and we feel that this is the right time for us to air our concern. I don't know whether I should start with the first concern, because I feel that if we do not speak now, that the skies are giving us rains, and farmers from Trans Nzoia, from Busia, from all over Kenya, including Kiambu, Meru, farmers are agonizing over the insensitive way of enabling them produce from their farms or from their fields. The president has been very vocal talking about subsidized seeds and subsidized fertilizers. But to our utter shock, the fertilizer that is out there being sold as subsidized fertilizer from outlets from National Cereals and Produce Board. And in this case, I'm talking about the fertilizer that the farmers are receiving messages on their phone that they qualify for subsidy program. It is adulterated fertilizer. The seeds that are available are fake seeds. And we are the farmers' voice, and we must call out the minister in charge of agriculture. The minister has appeared on television and on newspapers denying that there is no fake fertilizer. Yet, we are witnessing this kind of fertilizer every day. Yesterday, I was presented with 5 bags of fertilizer that is purported to be fertilizer, but it is fake stones mixed with donkey's poo. Donkey's poo is the waste from the donkey. Donkey's poo mixed with the stones, and it is being sold as subsidized fertilizer. We must call out this mess. The government has become so insensitive to the extent that now they are conning farmers. This is something that we want to see serious arrests. We want to know who is behind this scam. We want to know where did the fertilizer that was supposed to be real fertilizer go, and who is behind this.
From that tough talking, they are picking something that have always been said, that so many things are happening. Now, no one is coming out to tell William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza that things are bad. So they are coming out to occupy this space. However, this shows this is not something you can take lightly. The talks about arrests cannot be taken lightly. Why? Itumbi and the team and a host of government bloggers are now streaming in Twitter with all manner of spins and conjectures, trying to explain. And I want us to get this narrative. We've tried, myself, I think I tried debunking it yesterday, that they are saying after the first rollout of affordable, not of subsidized fertilizer, farmers got good produce, and no one is disputing that. So apparently, they are saying that there are some imaginary enemies that wants to soil the name or rather reputation of that program, and now they are the people that are sponsoring all manner of fake news about this. And in fact, they are saying that there are some characters that are selling these fertilizers, and then this fake fertilizer, this fertilizer mixed with the animal waste, so that they soil the image of government and of the program, of the program. Now, that narrative, believe me, is coming from high table. That is not a pedestrian narrative that the Kinaitumbe are just coming up with it. And arrests can be done. Let me tell you, some few characters here and there can be arrested. Even stage managed arrests. Then after being arrested, they're sent to some funny police station. Pictures are taken. Then the public will be told that we have started arresting people who were selling fake fertilizers. And then these people will be the sacrificial lamb in this. So that we say, and they can be profiled. All manner of profiles can be done on this one is from Zimio, this one is from this region, this one is from this party. All those character assassination strategies can be employed so that they carry along the narrative that there are some people that are against Kenya Kwanza and they're the people that have sponsored that. I want to say this without avoidance of doubt. There are Kenyans that are narrow-minded, that are political sycophants, that cannot even think outside the box. I have tried saying in this podcast, there is no way William Ruto, there is no way Uhuru Kenyatta or Raila Odinga or Kalonzo Musyoka would be able to infiltrate the fertilizer supply chain and sell fertilizer mixed with impurities to soil the name of the program, and especially given the fact that areas that are affected are Rift Valley and Mount Kenya, and largely Rift Valley. Let's be realistic here. Hata kama ni Raila ama Uhuru Kenyatta, atawezaje kuuza fertilizer huko Rift Valley? And you can see the farmers that are coming out to speak about these fake fertilizers are farmers from those areas. These stories are being told by journalists that are interviewing these farmers. It is not that kuna someone from UDA party, from Jubilee party, or from Raila Odinga secretariat ndiye ameenda ground aka interview, or not even us tunisi ndio tumeenda ground tuka interview. No, these stories are being compiled by mainstream media, na wako kwa ground, wako kwa shamba, wako kwa maboma ya the farmers. So this is, I believe here, the narrative of faceless enemies that are behind the strategy of selling impurities, fertilizer mixed with animal waste to sell the name. That narrative is very strong, and this is why I believe Raila Odinga camp must come out of the silence and confront it. Otherwise, because this is the reason why it has been floated. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our videos, and thank you very much for your support. I am saying the narrative is floated to discredit the media voice in this matter. Let me tell you, I want to play for you the soundbite of Dennis Itumbi yesterday when he was asking that MCA to bring the names. Listen, I'm keen, you know, now that I've been in this space, if you're a very keen analyst, you will realize there is someone that Dennis Itumbi did not address. What Enoch Wamboa and that MCA said is not coming from the MCA. Citizen TV and Nation and KTN are having stories of farmers speaking in Nandi. Instead of Dennis Itumbi asking an MCA to give him the names of those who have bought fake fertilizers to be compensated, why didn't he ask Citizen to give him the names of their sources? Of course, I know Code of Ethics does not allow that. But I'm just saying, why didn't he address the media? There is a well-choreographed story here, and I want us to get it. The politicians want to discredit, to make sure that they bypass the media voice in this. The people that raised this story is even John Allan Namu, that uncensored podcast, that uncensored investigation story. They said about fake fertilizer, it started from the media. It didn't start from the politicians. And that is why they must come out clearly. Number two, the Kenya Kwanza should not be allowed to play victim in this. What are they doing? What the Itumbis are doing now, they want to play victim. They want to believe that there's some, just like the victim card they played in the run-up to the last general election, that Ruto atakikani, amanyang'anywa security, sijui amefanyiwa hii, amefanyiwa hii. Kenyans should not be stupefied. By the way, Kenyans should not be stupefied to believe that Ruto is in government with full intelligence, control of the police. He is the person that appoints the person that heads National Serious Board. Even the security man at the gate, policeman, and everyone, the governors who are part of the supply chain, most of them are elected on UDA. Then you want to tell the public that someone somewhere was able to sneak some fake fertilizer and those fertilizers got to farmers. Surely, you know, the reason why the position must come out is the government is playing a victim card on this. Number three, this narrative is just used to wink the gullible UDA supporters. There's some UDA supporters that don't believe. They still believe that Uhuru Kenyatta anaweza kuwa ameuza hiyo fertilizer kuharibia Ruto jina. There's some people that still have that pedestal thinking. That is the group they're being targeted. You know, you need, and this is what you need to ask. See, Ruto has all the machineries. Kenya Kwanza is in charge of everything. How? How? And if this was a strategy that was to be employed, why wouldn't they wait? Wangengoja hata supply ile program phase 1 ifanyike ndio kuja phase 2. If it was as simple as selling fake fertilizer so that farmers flag it, then it would have been done last year, honestly speaking. And lastly, Kenya Kwanza are cornered. On this one, they are cornered. And I analyzed yesterday that on one hand, wengine wanasema the fertilizer is not fake. There is no fake fertilizer. On the other hand, there is another clique of people that are saying we are launching investigation to fish out fertilizer cartels. So, what am I saying? This is the discussion that should not end because more exposés are going to come. In fact, the more the story is pushed, the truth will actually come out. But on this one, I'm so specific that you cannot come out and say someone from outside is against government. It simply doesn't make a lot of sense. Thank you.